So acha, it is in which method?
Indirect.
Indirect, right? So we will write indirect method. Indirect method. So indirect method, we are doing cash flow statement of Devi Prasad and Company for the year ended 31st December 1992. One outer column for amount and one inner column. So particulars, rupees. A is what? Cash flow from operating activities. So cash flow from operating activities, right? See, generally we do this step 1 as working note instead of direct answer. Actually, this one we will do in the working note, then we will get the information here. But in this question, there are less transaction relating to financing activity and investing activity. So I am doing in the main answer itself, not as a working note. A, closing profit and loss account balance. Closing balance of P&L is how much? B, less opening profit and loss account balance. See, capital is there, then we are having reserves and surplus. That reserves and surplus is nothing but your profit and loss account itself. Reserves and surplus account is there. That reserves and surplus is nothing but, if total information is not there, you consider reserves and surplus as your P&L account balance itself. Detail note nahi hai na apne plus. So reserves and surplus opening is how much? Closing is how much? Closing, you tell me first.
60,000.
60,000 closing.
Opening
and
50,000,
right? So C, net profit after appropriations and tax. Net profit after appropriation and tax, that will be 10,000, whatever we are getting. From opening balance, you deduct closing balance. Then D, you will add appropriations. Generally in appropriations, we will be having transfer to general reserve and proposed dividend, like that. But here there are no general reserve. Is there any general reserve in the question? As per my knowledge, there is nothing. Just we are having proposed dividend or provision for dividend, which is given as a term in the question. So provision, current year provision for dividend. If you see in working note 2, okay, you already mentioned it there, A place. So that is 10,000 rupees we will take, because last year amount we are paying in current year, and whatever closing value is there, that is current year provision. So current year provision for dividend is 10,000. After this, there are no other appropriations. So whatever you will get, that will be E net profit after tax. As there are no extraordinary items, I am not adding extraordinary items in this. So 20,000 will be your net profit, 10,000 plus 10,000. From this to this, we need to add current year provision for tax working note 1 we did. Okay, next time while doing, first you do working note 1 as provision for dividend, then working note 2 as provision for tax, so that first one will come working note 1, then you can write working note. In this we have got 45,000 as current year provision, right? So whatever we are getting, that will be net profit before changes in working capital, okay, or operating profit before changes in working capital, G. Are you understanding? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then you should tell na, sir, you are telling wrong. Here, what we will get? After adding net provision for tax, you will get net profit before
Appropriation.
tax and appropriations. Before tax and appropriations, right? मैं गलत बोले तो वैसे ही रहते क्या पढ़ रहे फिर? So to this, okay, first we have added appropriations, then tax. So you are getting after profit say before profit. From after profit to before profit you have got. Okay. In H, now we need to adjust non-cash expenses and non-operating incomes and expenses we need to adjust, right? So we will write adjustment of non-cash expenses and non-operating items, NO. Can you put a minute in the pause? So adjustment of non-cash expenses and non-operating incomes and expenses. Okay, non-operating incomes and expenses. Okay, यहाँ पे shortcut में लिख दिया मैंने. So here first thing we are having non-cash related depreciation. So depreciation on machinery, 50,000 we need to add. See, these will be added. Previously depreciation P&L में, generally P&L में क्या करते? P&L में माइनस करते, यहाँ पे क्या करना? ऐड करना. ओके, नेक्स्ट depreciation on furniture, 75,000 given in the additional information, and in working note also we wrote these things. Depreciation on machinery, depreciation on furniture. If you see the goodwill, okay, goodwill has been come down. So goodwill written off already problem करते वक्त आपने ए में प्लेस करने वाले बोल के लिख लिए. So opening goodwill is how much? Opening goodwill, can anyone please?
2 lakh.
2 lakh. Closing it is how much?
1 lakh
1 lakh 50.
1 lakh 50.
50.
Okay, so it will be 50,000. We need to add. Then lastly in the question, preliminary expenses is there. Preliminary expenses, return of 10,000, opening balance, closing balance nil. That will be 10,000 should be added here. Okay. And is there any profit on sale of fixed assets or loss on sale of fixed assets? Nothing like that. Is there any interest received or dividend received? Interest paid? Nothing, na? If those things are there, those also will come. But here such things are not there. So, and there is no other non-operating income or expenditure to be added. So whatever balance will come, that will be HI operating profit before changes in working capital. WC means working capital. Before changes in working capital. So please add all these things to 65,000. 65,000, 75,000, 75, 75, 1 lakh 50 plus 1 lakh. Is it 2 lakh 50,000?
Yes, sir.
जो लोग वीडियो देख रहे हैं उनके लिए कर लेंगे. 60,000, 50,000 plus 75,000 plus 50,000 plus 10,000. So 2 lakh 50,000. Okay. So this is 2 lakh 50,000. आज ना कॉलेज से आने के बाद मैंने थोड़ा अच्छा रेस्ट ले लिए. तो 15-20 मिनट का ब्रेन मस्त काम कर रहा. Small naps will give good result. So next we need to do IJ. Okay, adjustment of current assets and current liabilities, right? So let us do current assets, current liabilities related adjustment. First one, we are having current liability in this. So current liability opening balance is how much? Current liability opening balance
25,000.
Closing
50,000.
50 na? Closing 30.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so opening
25.
and closing 30. You just do opening minus closing here. Current liabilities increased, we will write increased. यहाँ पे जगह नहीं है, increase सोच लो, मैंने लिख दिए. So current liability increase हुआ है, अब आर मार्क दिया मैंने. So current liability increase हुआ तो अपने को प्लस में लिखना. So different 5,000 will be added. आपको कैलकुलेटर में 25,000 minus 30,000, it is showing minus, but ये माइनस दिखा रहा, लेकिन आपको क्या करना, प्लेस करना यहाँ पे लिखते वक्त. उसके बाद we are having next we are having current assets. Under current assets, stock is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Stock opening is how much?
1,50,000.
1,50,000. Closing stock.
50,000.
50.
So stock current asset decreased, right? Decreased, you write. When current asset decreases, cash increases. Current asset decreases, cash क्या होता प्लस. So यहाँ पे जैसे आपको आ रहा वैसे करना है. अभी 1,50,000 minus 50,000 if I do, I'll get plus 1 lakh. So I'll write directly 1 lakh plus. Next there are datas, right?
Yes, sir.
Next we
Yes,
are
sir.
having datas. What is datas value? 25,000.
25. 50.
Opening 25,000 and closing 50,000.
50.
तो increase हुआ है datas. Datas increased means current asset is increasing. Minus हो जाएगा 25,000 minus 50,000 minus 25,000. So write minus 25,000 as it is. Or else you put it in brackets, it will be minus, right? So 2 lakh, we are having 2,50,000 plus 1 lakh plus 5,000 minus 25,000, right? Is it so? There are no other current assets, na? So here after this J K cash generated from operating activities 3,30,000, right? Cash generated from operations IJKL less, here we need to deduct income tax paid. Income tax paid. Cash generated from operations is the common point in direct method as well as indirect method. From here on everything will be same, right? Cash generated income tax paid nil in this case. So therefore cash flow from operating activities rupees 3,30,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Cash flow from operating activities 3,30,000. Now B bit, what is B? Investing activities. So let us do the B. Cash flow from investing activities. Under this we are having two things. One is purchase of machinery, working note 3, 1 lakh. How much it is? Purchase of machinery, just a minute.
1 lakh, sir.
Right. बोल रहा हूँ ना, आज थोड़ा नैप लेने के बाद दिमाग मस्त चल रहा. So purchase of machinery 1 lakh. See, it is a outflow, so we need to put in brackets. 2. Purchase of furniture, working note 2.
Working note
Okay. Sorry, working note 4. अभी तारीफ कर लिए, गलत कर दे रहा हूँ मैं. 1,75,000 it is.
Yes.
It is also outflow. When you purchase, money will go, and there are no other investing activities, interest received or dividend received. वैसे वाले receive करे से कुछ नहीं है. So here ends the therefore cash flow from investing, sorry, cash used माइनस में जा रहा ना, कैश यूज्ड लिखना है. जब माइनस में जा रहा तो वी नीड टू राइट यूज्ड, कैश यूज्ड इन इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज. So 1 lakh plus 1,75,000, 2,75,000 minus. Put it in brackets, outer column. Next, C, we are having financing activity. Cash flow from financing activities. See the question, we wrote something relating to these things. Capital increase हुआ है. 1, issue of share capital. Opening capital is how much? Closing capital is how much?
7,50,000 minus 8 lakhs.
नहीं 8 lakhs क्लोजिंग है, क्लोजिंग माइनस ओपनिंग करना. यहाँ पे इंक्रीज हुआ ना, so it will be 50,000. Then there is a long term loan, I think.
Yes, sir.
Long term loan, opening is how much, closing is how much?
2 lakhs opening, 1,40,000 closing.
Closing 2 lakhs opening minus closing 1,40,000. 60,000 we have repaid. Long term loan repaid, you write long term loan repaid. Okay, repayment of long term loan also you can write. So it will be 60,000. When you are paying, cash will go out, so outflow minus, you write. Then there is a bank loan of 50,000, I think, which is not appearing in the next year. अच्छा, किस ईयर में है? ओपनिंग में है या क्लोजिंग में है? वो
Opening.
ओपनिंग it is there, in closing it is not there ना. So repayment of bank loan 50,000 minus closing 0. So you have repaid 50,000 minus, and we have also paid dividend paid rupees 10,000. Opening balance of previous year will be paid in during the current year. So dividend paid 10,000 minus, so altogether if you add all these three, 50 यहाँ पे 50, 1,70,000 minus 50 करना ना, ये 50 चलेगा, प्लस वाला माइनस वाला छोड़ दो, तो minus 70,000 रहेगा. So cash used in financing activities is how much? 70,000 minus 70,000 minus. So 1 lakh, 2 lakh 70 plus 70, 3 lakh 45,000 minus, right? So next I am writing here. Hope it is appearing to you. 2-3 ही बाकी है करने का. ये particulars rupees. So D net increase or decrease. यहाँ पे देखो 30,000 3,30,000 प्लस में है, लेकिन माइनस वैल्यू इज 2,75,000 प्लस 70,000. 2,45,000 is more, minus 1 is more than the plus 1. So minus 3,30,000, 3,45,000 minus 3,30,000, 15,000 decrease is there. So we will write here net decrease in cash and cash equivalents, or you can pronounce it as equivalents, that is 3,30,000 minus 2,75,000 minus 70,000. ओके, ए का टोटल है प्लस बी का प्लस सी का. सर प्लस बोल रहे लेकिन माइनस क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि आप माइनस से बैलेंस है इसलिए माइनस करें. सो net decrease is how much? 15,000 rupees. To this we need to add E, add cash and cash equivalents or equivalents at beginning, opening. How much opening cash balance is there?
25,000.
ये माइनस वाला है, ये प्लस वाला कैश बैलेंस, ओपनिंग कैश बैलेंस 25,000, राइट? ओपनिंग कैश. So you will get closing cash balance 10,000. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
See the question. There will be cash and cash equivalents at end. This should be your answer, and answer is 10,000 rupees closing cash balance. Okay, closing cash. If you get closing cash which is given in the question, whatever you did is correct. Yo, what happened to this? Blur ho raha, right? Now it is okay.